Story 1. One tip of my fedora and my lady generally has the girls running in the opposite direction. Story 2. How do you talk with girls like any other people and impress them? If you are trying too hard to impress them without being yourself, they are not the right person for you. Story 3. Step 1. Speak words. Step 2. Pray they don't sound silly. Step 3. If all else fails, mention a cat. Everyone loves cats. On a serious note, confidence, humor, and listening go a long way. Don't try too hard to impress. Just be genuine, and the right people will connect with you. Focus more on listening and occasionally ask a related question. It really helps. Story 4. As someone who struggled with social skills and had to learn how to date, I believe you may be thinking about this interaction the wrong way. A girl is not a prize. She is a person. You do not win a girl. My strong advice is as follows. 1. Learn to be comfortable in your own skin and not care about what others think of you. Be open with your intentions. When men come off as creepy, it's often because they are acting nice out of a desire to be with a girl, rather than being genuinely kind. If you are interested in a girl, don't be coy. Make your intentions known. Respect boundaries and accept no for an answer. If she is not interested, it does not reflect on you as a person. You are simply incompatible. Why would you date someone who does not wish to date you? Just say, hey, you're really beautiful / funny / whatever drew you to her. I had to take my shot. Hope you have a great day. This way, it can be a positive interaction for both of you. Be lighthearted. If you are having fun, those around you will have fun too. Avoid playing games and steer clear of pickup culture. Sure, if you pretend to be someone you are not, you might attract certain types of girls, but you won't like them and they won't stay with you. It's a toxic environment that can ultimately harm you. Just be yourself. Genuine, confident, and empathetic. By doing so, you'll attract the kind of people you want to be around. One useful insight from the pickup community is that the size of your problems reflects the size of your life. Be the kind of person who pursues their dreams, where your challenges revolve around learning a new skill, building a company, or making a positive impact in the world. Do not focus on what others think of you. Live passionately. You will find that impressing one particular girl is not as important, and the right girls will be easier to find because you'll connect through shared passions. If you are an introvert like me who prefers not to be social all the time, consider online dating. The same principles apply. Be genuine. This approach can save the trouble of constant social interactions. Story 5. Show them your valuable possessions so they know you have money. The less attractive you are, the more money you need. Story 6. Be comfortable in your own skin, relax, and have fun. The only thing on your agenda is to brighten someone's day. Then take it easy. Women will start to feel at ease around you, and some may begin to show interest. Trying to impress women or anyone is unproductive. Story 7. Step 1. Talk to her. Step 2. Hope for the best. Step 3. If it fails, pretend it was a social experiment. Story 8. Funny enough, not trying to impress them impresses them more than anything you will try to impress them with. Story 9. You don't have to impress them. You just need to make them laugh and have good chemistry. Easier said than done. Story 10. I put peanut butter in my rear before I go out, and when she is halfway through her main course, I reach down and start taking it out and eating it. Story 11. Be confident in yourself without being arrogant, and talk with them, not at or to them. Many guys talk to me as if I'm a non-playable character and seem to have no care that they are being boring or abrasive. Guys who catch my attention are those who engage with me during conversation and ensure that I have as much fun talking with them as they do talking with me. Pretty much any topic is on the table, but if you notice that your conversation partner is not interested in a given topic, such as cryptocurrency, just change the subject. If you go on and on about something that does not interest the other person, they will zone out and think of a way to politely exit the conversation. Later, they will tell their friends about how they got stuck with someone who couldn't stop talking about exchange-traded funds, non-fungible tokens, and meme coins. Story 12. Just live the life you want to live and talk to girls as you go along. Some will like you and some won't. Oh, and include some jokes and flirt in a non-creepy way. Story 13. Be yourself. If you are attractive, it attracts girls. If you are not attractive, work on yourself by focusing on your mental and physical health and developing new skills. Story 14. I talk to them openly and impress them by being genuine. I ask about their interests and share my hobbies, explaining how much I enjoy spending time taking care of my daughter as a single father while enjoying those hobbies with her. Women appreciate this. I'm not sure why, but it may be because I'm not seeking romance and am simply being honest and playful. Story 15. That's the neat part. You don't try to impress them. Just be yourself, and if they like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. Story 16. Start with this captivating phrase. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Be yourself. People will appreciate you for who you truly are. If you alter your behavior to gain their approval, you will have to maintain that facade indefinitely, which is not sustainable. Story 17. Your goal should not be to impress others. Be yourself, and people who appreciate you will be drawn to you. If you adopt a persona to attract attention, both you and the other person may be disappointed. To become a more impressive individual, take up hobbies and explore your interests. Discover what you enjoy about life and pursue it. Story 18. Don't try to impress them. They can sense desperation and false boasting. It reveals insecurity and neediness. Story 19. Being honest and not worrying about impressing others are the two prerequisites for making a positive impression. Story 20. I'm not a woman, so I cannot attest to this, but I think the question is a bit misguided. Girls and women are people too. Just talk to them as you would anyone else. If you interact with them and try to impress them, they will see right through you. Story 21. Be yourself, be kind, be considerate, listen to others, and see them as human beings, and you will be ahead of the pack. Regular exercise also helps. Story 22. I know a person who developed a foolproof method to win over any girl. Demonstrate value, engage physically, nurture dependence, neglect emotionally, inspire hope, separate entirely. Story 23. Hey ladies, sorry to bother you, but I need some help. My wife and I have separated, but tonight is daddy-daughter date night, and I just want to know if this shirt goes with these jeans. Story 24. Just make her laugh. Even if you are not conventionally attractive, her eyes will be closed from laughing, and she will date you anyway. Story 25. Be comfortable in your own skin. Be confident, thoughtful, well-kept, assertive, considerate, and humorous. Story 26. You can charm them with a piece of cheese or a gooseberry grown in a south-facing graveyard, but it requires advanced magical skills. I would not really advise it. Story 27. Ask open-ended questions and listen. Relationships are about how you treat others, not what others can do for you. Story 28. Listen, talk about what you have heard, and remember it. Be funny at no one's expense, except maybe your own. Have fun and keep it easy. Story 29. Do not engage in interactions with the intent to impress. If it becomes clear that this is your goal, it may come off as trying to sell something. Many people dislike when a salesperson approaches them in a store and attempts to persuade them to make a purchase while they simply want to browse. Someone who is trying to impress can give off that same impression. Find women you are not trying to impress, such as family members, cashiers, or teachers, and practice engaging in conversations. Build confidence in yourself and apply what you learn in groups where there may be women you want to attract. I met my boyfriend through a hobby group, and I was impressed by what he was doing. He did not seek to impress me. He was being himself, which I found attractive. Story 30. Take a genuine interest in what they are discussing and ask questions. Try to project confidence even if you don't feel it. No one wants to feel they have to carry the conversation with someone who is anxious. Story 31. Don't approach them too aggressively. Start by talking to them as you would talk to a friend, perhaps with a little more friendliness and interest. Listen more than you speak. Ask questions. Be confident but also a bit reserved. Do it for practice at first without expecting anything in return. Story 32. Be yourself, ask questions, and show interest in what they are discussing without steering the conversation toward yourself. Story 33. Start by being friendly to girls in general, meaning don't only talk to girls you're attracted to. Talk to many girls to the point where you become more natural and comfortable interacting with women. It's obvious when you seem overly eager. You need to engage with women without any sexual tension or intentions. You can only be impressive if you actually are impressive, so focus on becoming a better and more interesting person, rather than trying to find ways to show that you are impressive. Story 34. Treat them like humans. They are not different from us. Fears, insecurities, needs, and wants, just talk to them. Find common ground. If something may be there, pursue it. If not, well, you made a good friend. I did that with my wife about 8 years and 3.5 months ago. I dropped the poor, pitiful, woe is me, nice guy act, and she came into my life. We have been inseparable since. Story 35. Just be yourself. I know it's a cliché, but you can't attract others, even if many people say you can. Sure, you may draw attention by changing your personality and becoming a different person, but in that case, you will only attract superficial connections. Don't get me wrong. This applies to everyone. Some individuals are simply not suitable for meaningful relationships. If you are kind, welcoming, and authentic, the right person will eventually find you, or you will find them. Story 36. The secret is that you don't talk to impress. Nobody can be convinced to like another person beyond the first impression that occurs within 1 to 2 minutes of talking. What you do is straightforwardly ask them on a date after finding out who they are on the surface and if they are single. Have fun, but treat the date as a serious matter. Story 37. Girls are regular people. Talk to them like that. They share all the same emotions you do. If they are rude or mean, treat them like any other disrespectful person. Story 38. Smile. I know some guys tell men to be stoic and not show emotion, but a genuine smile when speaking to a woman goes a long way. Story 39. Talk to them about anything except their appearance or relationships. Ask them what they enjoy reading, for example, or which places they want to visit and why. Then listen and ask engaging questions. Story 40. Listen to them and respond genuinely. Talk to them like a new friend and find common ground. Do not treat them as a vessel for your desires. If they are feeling low, consider this the third date, as they may have their own issues to share, so be mindful. Story 41. By showing them my collection of Dungeons and Dragons rulebooks and explaining in detail why the Druid class is overpowered. Story 42. Nobody is better at being you than you. Be real and honest about who you are. You will find common ground with someone who appreciates it. If it doesn't work out, accept it and move on. Forcing something that isn't there will hurt more than letting go early. Someone advised finding an area to excel in and being proud of it. That's sound advice, and it's a great starting point. Story 43. Smile and use positive, affirming body language. Look them in the eye, but not too intensely. Ask simple questions such as, any big plans coming up? When you're struggling to engage. I also like to ask about tattoos. Listen to their responses and follow up with meaningful questions. Then try to engage them in a subject matter of mutual interest. Talk about yourself, but don't dominate the conversation. Come across as confident and happy, avoiding cockiness and arrogance. A brief joke can lighten the mood, but always follow it up with humility to show you don't take yourself too seriously. Be casual and relaxed. Pay attention to their body language. Closed arms and no eye contact typically indicate discomfort, while open arms and eye contact suggest they are open to continuing the conversation. Avoid complimenting them on superficial traits like looks or clothing, as it often doesn't resonate. Instead, compliment their overall style or vibe. Acknowledge positive qualities you notice in conversation, saying something like, "You seem really articulate. Are you a writer?" Or, "I've never met someone who views that topic in such an interesting way." Finally, demonstrate your value. While every woman is unique and generalizations can be misleading, many women seek a sense of safety. Show that you are stable, secure in your role in life, consistent, happy, and financially responsible. Financial stability often represents safety and security. Present yourself as a thoughtful, caring individual while hinting at a more complex side. Story 44, it doesn't work like that, in my opinion. You talk to girls, be cool, make no demands, and eventually you will find a girl who is naturally attracted to you. If you approach a girl thinking about how to impress her, you will likely create awkward situations. Be friendly, show interest, but don't be pushy or overt unless she gives a signal. This includes touching you, asking to hang out, laughing uncontrollably at bad jokes, or inquiring about your age during the first conversation. Story 45. Based on my experience, I can say this. If a girl is impressed by what you say, she may be somewhat superficial. Instead, don't talk too much about yourself. Show interest in what she talks about and look for common ground to strengthen the discussion. If you want to know if she is interested in you, she will likely reciprocate that interest. Story 46. Take stock of yourself. Understand who you are and who you want to be. Now think of the qualities you find appealing in a partner. Ensure you are cultivating those qualities in your own life. Does your ideal partner enjoy going out to watch shows? Make sure that you are also going out to shows. Do you value certain features? Take good care of yourself. Make yourself someone who is highly dateable. Smell good, dress well, be kind, and be a good communicator. Be a person of high value to yourself. That is something women often do better than men. They fine-tune themselves. Make sure you are doing that as well. Take care of your career. Financial security is desirable to everyone. That is what makes a person attractive, regardless of looks. You will stand out, and those who may have previously seemed uninterested will approach you naturally, indicating they are open to conversation. Trust that because it is true. Story 47. If I tried to impress them, it didn't work. When I did impress them, it was generally because I was fun or had an attractive girl with me. Story 48. Make them laugh at you and themselves. Show character. You may not attract the wrong kind of attention, but you might find a true companion. Story 49. Put on your robe and wizard hat. For real, just be yourself, as you would when talking with anyone else. Ask them about themselves and show a genuine interest in learning more about them. If you find something in common, try to use that as a conversation starter. Making a joke can also help. People appreciate humor. Story 50. Having to impress someone is the first issue. Have your life in order. A decent job, a clean flat, good hygiene, a decent sense of fashion, and be passionate about your hobby to the point it captivates others. It's aura and confidence that women like when meeting people, not the words you say. Story 51. Be good-looking. Be wealthy. Do impressive things. Any of these will work, or you could just relax and enjoy life rather than trying to impress people for the sake of it. Story 52. How to impress a girl. Try not to impress her. If you are yourself and don't set up a fake personality to impress her, that will be the best way to win her over. Girls can sense from a distance if a guy tries too hard to impress them, and unless you look like a supermodel, it usually works the opposite way for the majority of people. Story 53. Be impressive to begin with. Your job, financial situation, social circles, dress, sense of humor, athletic abilities, and intellectual interests are all factors. However, you cannot approach someone thinking, I'm going to tell a funny joke and talk about my bank account. Work on yourself first, then be yourself when talking to everyone, not just women. Truly impressive people do not try to impress anyone. Story 54. Walk up to them, open your mouth, and speak. Once you have the conversation started, to impress them, tell them you are the team captain and star player of your local basketball team and that you also have an Olympic gold medal in figure skating. Alternatively, meet someone where you spend time, maybe someone you see regularly, and say, "Hi, my name is," enter name here. "How's it going today? I've noticed you around here and thought I'd introduce myself." They may either want to continue the conversation or not. Story 55. From the film, Play It Again, Sam. Humphrey Bogart to Woody. I've met a lot of women, but you are really something special. Woody Allen to Linda, skeptically. I've met a lot of women, but you are really something special. Linda. Smiling. Really? Woody to Bogart. She bought it. Story 56. What do you think about a cold approach to announce your attraction? That won't work. You need to be connected with her through mutual activities. Engage in regular conversations, then ask if she would like to go for coffee or dinner sometime. Story 57. Do not try to impress them. No woman in the world has ever been impressed by a guy specifically trying to impress her. It is simply awkward. Story 58. Don't try to pretend to be something you're not. Others will attempt the same things, so be the person who stands out by being yourself. Clearly, tone down the topics that they may not want to hear, and please encourage them to talk about themselves. Story 59. The most impressive thing a person can do is be kind, to themselves, to others, and to animals. A genuinely kind and calm individual is attractive. Story 60. Be funny, kind, and generous to others at all times. Then engage in intimate activities with her in the bedroom. Story 61. Start with the college you attended, assuming you did. When you do, tilt your head slightly upward, then smile and nod. Story 62. Walk up, lay your hand on their shoulder and say, "What do you think about that?" They will either go home with you or call the police. Either way, you are getting some quality cardio in. It's a win-win situation. Story 63. Active listening involves being present in the conversation by understanding what the other person is saying, recognizing their emotional feelings, and engaging by responding through words or actions. Being interested is just as important as being interesting. Story 64. I generally do not try to impress women or anyone. However, when I do want to, a combination of 80% asking them details about their lives and 20% talking about what I have done in the past year is enough to impress. Story 65. The only times I have ever been genuinely successful with a girl are when I talk to her like any normal person. Most of the people I have been with said that I subtly flirted with them from the start, but I was really unaware. Story 66. Stop worrying about impressing them and start ensuring they enjoy your time together. Dating women is like being best friends with someone you sleep with. You don't choose friends based on their education or income. If someone does, you don't want to be their boyfriend anyway. Be yourself, get to know them, and engage in activities you both enjoy. Story 67. Talking with girls is easy if you think of them as another human being and treat them with basic respect. That may actually impress them the most. Ask them questions about their interests and share yours if they ask. Getting to know a girl as a person first is key. Being your best self is helpful. Keep yourself clean and wear clean clothes. Brush your teeth. No one is impressed if you smell bad. At least these are starting points. Also, no matter how attractive a girl is, if she is rude or treats you or others, regardless of gender, with disrespect, move on. Don't waste time with those types. Story 68. Do what Rain Formal does. Lie, avoid work, drink beer, watch inappropriate content constantly, and chat nonsense on social media while you're in a relationship. It works. Story 69. There is a good chance the girls you talk to are nervous and awkward too. They are normal people just like you. Do not try to impress them. They are not looking for a list of achievements. Ask them about themselves. Inquire about their favorite film or their favorite holiday, or better yet, ask what their perfect holiday would be if money were no object. Ask what their dream job would be. Ask if they would prefer to live in the countryside or the city, or inquire about their favorite food. Ask any questions that invite open and pleasant answers. You will find common ground from there, and if you do not, perhaps she is not the right match for you. However, you will have come across as a nice person, and the world needs more of that. Eventually, you will discover that common ground, and you will watch her favorite films together and go on those dream holidays with her. Story 70. If you are trying to impress, it is extremely important not to appear as if you are trying to impress. Trying to impress is unattractive, regardless of whether you actually succeed. Story 71. Money. If a girl is the type to be impressed, it will be money. However, you shouldn't go out of your way to impress a girl. She should like you for who you are, not for what you have or do. Story 72. The best advice I ever received was, you have two ears and one mouth. Use them accordingly. Listen closely and ask questions. Be confident without being cocky or arrogant. If you are meeting someone from the world of online dating, inquire about something on their profile that captured your attention. Treat them like human beings. Story 73. Honestly, it's uniquely impressive when you talk to girls as if they are boys, treating them as normal people you wish to get along with. Story 74. Don't aim to impress women. If you get involved with a woman by being impressive, you will have to keep impressing her forever. Be whatever is naturally charming about you. You can maintain that indefinitely. That's why they say, be yourself, not as a sentimental notion, but because it's the best strategy. Story 75. If you want to impress others, develop a genuine shared interest in something. If you are looking for a partner, engage in activities you are passionate about and meet people connected to those interests. Focus on building connections rather than solely seeking a romantic relationship. By being yourself and interacting with others, you may find a friend or two within a year. Story 76. Tell her about your level 10 War Cosmos specialist with a Rampage light machine gun and 100,000 silver coins that you legitimately earned. Story 77. I usually talk about how Dota is a hard game to learn and master, with a very steep learning curve. I often include random facts about niche hero statistics to impress others with my knowledge. They are usually stunned and, quite often, can't handle the pressure and leave, but it's clear that they acknowledge my superiority. Story 78. Not that I would, but a bag of white powder and a roll of cash often do the trick. I do not suggest it. Story 79. I simply be me. Not more, not less. If my authenticity isn't impressive enough, then she is probably vain and rotten and only talks to tall guys. Story 80. The secret to meeting girls is to be a social butterfly who can talk to anyone. As an extrovert, you will naturally encounter girls in various situations. Story 81. 35 degrees Fahrenheit here. Don't talk to girls. Talk to women. I love a passionate soul. Intelligent but not arrogant. Confident in what they know, as well as willing to listen and learn new things. I am more impressed by a partner who knows when to back down than by a person who needs you to recognize their worth. Money and profession do not impress me. Tattoos and a love for metal are a plus. Story 82. I don't really think they know. I told one person I was a garbage collector, and I connected with her that night. Story 83. I don't anymore. I tried being myself despite feeling anxious and introverted, but people seem not to like me. Story 84. I want a bongo. I have a big cave and a big club. I want you to make food over a big fire. Story 85. I usually start by talking about exercising and casually mention how many curls and squats I can perform. Story 86. Would you like to get a drink in the green room? This only works if you have access to the green room. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.